Up, New York. All right, so you guys know the drill. We're going to start with Oscar Willis in the media here, but we do have microphones set up as well if you want to engage. Oscar, the floor is yours, sir.
I'd like to start off with Jorge Masvidal. Jorge, welcome back to the UFC here. You've been training for the White House card. Have you spoken to the UFC about potentially getting on that card and returning to fighting?
Where you at, man? Where you at, sir?
Right in front of you. Lovely jacket.
Hey, there we go. My boy. I haven't been talking to the UFC. They're a little mad at me for some other shit. But I talked to somebody else, though. I can't say that name, but I talked to somebody else that, he goes a lot to the White House, so let's see what happens.
What are the UFC mad at you for?
I can't talk about it right now.
Would the perfect fight for you to be on that card, would that be against Leon Edwards?
It'd be anybody. I don't really give a damn, bro. Whoever they put me up at, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, it don't matter, King Kong. Whoever's on the roster wants to throw down, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've done everything there is in this sport, from cornering people, fighting, everything you can do. I've never fought at the White House, so this is something I want to do.
And Kamaru, you've made it clear that you want to fight the winner of this welterweight title fight on Saturday. Have you had any conversations with the UFC about making that happen?
Nope, no conversation at all. I just will let things fall the way they should.
I'd hate to put you on the spot here, but if Jorge comes back and does fight Leon, you fought both of those guys, how does that fight go?
It's a very intriguing fight. I wanted to see it when the three-piece and the biscuit or soda, as you like to say, when it happened. I wanted to see it. I still want to see the fight. So we'll see how Leon does this week, but I think that's a fantastic comeback fight for George.
For Dustin. Dustin, I think your first time being back in front of the fans in a format like this since you left the Octagon for your retirement fight. How are you enjoying the energy of this again?
It's good, man. The fans are great. It's good to be here in the city. Just being around the vibe of fight week is great, man.
And I know when we did the podcast earlier this week, you said you're leaning in the main event towards Islam by decision. We've seen a lot unfold over the past few days, face-offs, interviews and stuff. Has you've seen or heard anything that changes or alters your viewpoint of this fight?
Nah, I'm still going Islam. I mean, I'm not going to be blown away if Jack lands a shot, but I think Islam probably going to win the decision.
And then for Joanna, you've obviously fought both women in the co-main event here. I know you're very close with Valentina, but give us your, unbiased breakdown as much as possible of this fight.
Hi, everyone. I love you too. I'm actually very close to Weili and Valentina. I've been knowing Valentina for years from Muay Thai times, but I don't know. I was really hoping to be the backup for this fight, even without training. But after I checked my weight, I find out that I can be the backup for Malcolm, But honestly, I don't know. What I know, that this fight is going to be one of the greatest fights in women's MMA in the history. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
When you fought Valentina in the UFC, you moved up from 115 to 125 and fought for that belt. How difficult is what Weili is trying to do here and going up and immediately fighting for the title?
They both are very different, but I can see some similarities, you say? Yeah, but they both are very explosive. They are as good strikers as good they are on the ground. So you can expect everything. I miss you too, guys.
What's up? This is a question for everyone. I'll include John in this. Of everyone up on stage, who do you think has the biggest problem with Colby Covington?
There's only one. If I saw him right now, I'll catch a case. Another one, because he already tried to sue me for brain damage. I had to tell the judge, this
Another
was
one.
born retarded.
Don't incriminate yourself, bro. I'm good with him. I already broke his face, so I'm good with him.
Well, my solution for my Covington problem was there in seat 5, so I was always going to be good. So thank you, though.
And question for Joanna. In October, we saw your protege, Jacob, make his debut against Patchy Mix. I'm just curious what you thought of his performance and his future in the UFC.
It wasn't an easy fight for Jacob. for his UFC debut, but I'm excited for Jacob and Robert Ruchała. Both of them, they were KSW champions, big Polish organization, probably the biggest MMA organization in Europe. So I'm excited for what's next for both of them. And Pachi was not an easy fight. He's former Bellator champion, but we got the win. We moving forward. I'm excited for the next step.
And finally, question for Kamaru. Straight ahead. Since the three kings had their belts, you know, we've seen this rise in interest in MMA back in Africa. We kind of have this new generation kind of spearheaded by Atiba, who's doing his thing. So I guess, how is MMA viewed in Africa since then to now?
Phenomenal, especially when I get an opportunity to start a promotion down there as well. And, you know, right now, AKO, I don't know if you guys have seen it, we're trying to definitely expand that all through the continent of Africa and try to bring in as many talented fighters as we can. Because you see some of these Africans, once they come in here, you know, they're a force to be reckoned with. So Atiba right now is that next coming of wave of guys coming in. And so he's looking spectacular, and hopefully we get more guys like that.
Question over here for Dustin, other side. Dustin, there's been a recent signing of 28-1 welterweight. I think it got announced today. Yaroslav Amosov is in the UFC officially. What do you think about him? Very promising guy. How does he fare in the UFC?
Bro, he's a beast, bro. I think he's going to be a world champion. I think he's going to be a UFC world champion.
And for Jon Anik, where does the winner of tomorrow night's co-main event between Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko rank against the best women's mixed martial arts of all time?
You know, it's hard, right, to put it in context compared to, say, what Amanda Nunes has done, right? But the 115-pound division that this woman built, right, has been the best women's division, right? And if Zhang Weili, who successfully defended the belt 4 times across 2 reigns in that division, moves up and beats Valentina, with respect to my friend the Lioness, Zhang Weili would be the greatest of all time for me. And if Valentina wins this fight, she's got a great case as well. So I think it sounds silly for the play-by-play guy to say they're fighting to determine the greatest women's fighter of all time, but I kind of think that's our reality Saturday night.
And lastly, for Joanna, is there anything in that co-main event that could trigger you to come back to the sport and challenge one of them?
It's been hard, but talk to Hunter. They don't want me here. But of course, I would love to, and I miss all of you. I miss fighting, but I think I made a smart decision in Singapore 3 years ago. Time flies so fast, and I would love to come back, but I don't want to be one of these fighters who is like, oh, let me fight for the belt. Of course, I would have to be back in line and chase it again, but is it worth it? I don't know. And is it? Okay. Let's see after this weekend, but I miss this so much.
¿Qué tal? Jorge, bueno, tú fuiste uno de los peleadores latinos que abrió la puerta para todos los demás. Quiero preguntarte, ¿qué le ves que le hace falta a Michael Morales para ser esa figura latina? Y también, si tú estuvieses en su esquina mañana, ¿qué es lo primero que le dirías?
Primero, me encanta Michael Morales, lo que está haciendo en el deporte. Tremendo peleador. No working? Can you hear me? Yo voy con Michael Morales para la pelea. Yo creo que es una pelea difícil. Sean Brady sabe luchar muy, muy, muy bien. Y si yo fuera en la esquina de Michael Morales, es fácil. Mantén la pelea parado y vas a ganar. No es que vaya a ser fácil parado también, pero él tiene mucho más ventaja. Es mucho más seguro en sus manos. Ahora, si la pelea va para el piso, sí va a ser complicada porque Sean Brady es un especialista en el piso. Mi opinión, estoy con el brother, man, mi gente latina siempre. Ojalá que gane el cinturón.
We will interpret for you when we fix our audio, gentleman. Fabiano's mic. Go ahead, sir.
This one is for Dustin. Dustin, you already fought Islam. So if there is any advice you could give to Jack Della Maddalena, what would it be?
Yeah, jump a guillotine. Try to keep the fight in the middle of the octagon, keep your back off the fence, and don't worry too much. You know, when I fought him, hindsight's always 20/20, but looking back, I worried so much about his wrestling. I couldn't get off my combinations. My footing, I was worried about the shot, so I couldn't do what I do well. He just stay out of his own way, fight his fight, and that's it.
¿Qué tal? Pregunta para Jorge. Tú eres un ícono, obviamente, del MMA latino. Yo soy de Ecuador. En Ecuador hay un tema raro con Chito Vera específicamente. No sé si viste la foto, la serie de fotos cuando él fue a cazar la semana pasada. Y resulta que en Ecuador la gente no lo aprecia mucho a Chito Vera por estas cosas. No sé qué opinas tú del fan ecuatoriano que no valora a una leyenda en nuestro deporte como Chito.
No, Chito para mí es un hermano primero, buen amigo. Yo lo conozco desde que él recién llegó al UFC. Mantenemos una muy buena relación. So, si tú no te llevas bien con Chito, tú no te llevas bien conmigo. Tú sabes, fácil.
Entonces eso le dirías a la gente.
Se vayan para el carajo, bro. Fácil. ¿Quién pinga tú eres? Chito es una leyenda y para mí sigue siendo una gran persona, tú sabes. Mucha gente habla mierda y nunca han hecho nada más que estar en el sillón comiendo mierda, odiando a la gente que ven que están haciendo algo. So, para todos los envidiosos, váyanse para el coño de su madre.
Gracias, Jorge. Question for Kamaru Usman. Kamaru, we have Michael Morales in this card. What do you think about our guy?
A mí me gusta la comida china. See, I speak a little of that too. Hey.
What happened?
No, I think it's an intriguing fight. This is the fight that I think is really closely contested because I think there's questions that need to be answered with both guys. Michael Morales has been just big, strong, powerful, and been able to just kind of walk through guys. And Sean Brady is on a roll now. So I think for both guys, I want to see how Michael Morales is able to deal with someone who could get a hold of him, wear on him. And then also I want to see if Sean Brady can take all the heat that Michael Morales is going to be throwing. So I'm intrigued with this fight. I think they're very evenly matched.
Thank you. Last one question for Dustin. Dustin, first of all, I'm professional media, but I'm a huge fan, actually.
Thank you,
And
man.
what do you think about our guy Morales?
Dude, I kind of think he's going to pull off the upset, you know? I just think he's big and dangerous. It's just going to be, can he stop the takedowns from Brady, you know? I feel like if Bilal can stop Brady on the feet, this guy has the power to do it for sure.
Thank you. Say hello to Ecuador.
What's happening in Ecuador?
For Jorge down here to your right. Bo Nickel returning on this card. I know you've trained with him for a long time. What are you just expecting out of him in this performance after his first loss?
It's going to be a tough fight. I've also trained extensively with Rodolfo Vera. He's, I think, 1 or 2-time Abu Dhabi champion. And he has a lot more experience, I think, in MMA. And if the fight hits the floor, I mean, he's going to be comfortable. I think it's a tough fight, man. It's a really tough fight for Bo. I still see him pulling it out, though. But I don't think he could have gone a tougher fight, man, to tell you the truth, stylistically.
And Dustin, I know you being big on Beneil Dariush winning this fight against Benoit. We saw him miss weight this morning. What did you just make of that and how it could impact the fight?
I don't think it will. What was he, 2 pounds over?
1.2.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big deal in the fight. It's a 3-round fight. And I just think he's better at what BSD does well. You know, I think he's a better grappler and a bigger puncher. It's crazy to see him as a dog, you know.
Yeah, now for both you, Jorge and Dustin, we hear Joanna kind of talking about, you know, the emotions of post-retirement and the urge to come back and stuff. Jorge, you're obviously, thinking of a return here, and Dustin, you recently retired. These the same type of emotions you expect to go through or have gone through since retirement?
I'm still trying to, it's a few months ago, I'm still trying to figure it out, you know, navigate this. But like I said earlier, man, the days are long. I'm just trying to keep my mind busy.
And what about you, Jorge? What ultimately prompted your urge? Do you feel like your decision to retire was maybe premature?
Nah, it's just the White House came up. That's something that'll probably be never done again, you know? Not in my history. So why not jump on it? If I was retired, if I was too young, it don't matter. It's something that I would be pleading for, you know?
Who do you think Max Holloway should fight for the BMF title next?
Max is a beast. That's one of my favorite fighters of all time as well. Whatever the fuck he wants, man. Max is an animal.
Dustin, any thoughts?
Oliveira. Yeah. Oliveira.
Yep.
And
easy.
just lastly for Joanna, we saw Mackenzie Dern claim the title. What do you just think of her and what kind of potential she has for a reign in this division?
I'm actually a big fan of Mackenzie Dern. I met her 2 weeks before the fight. and I'm very happy for her. I think it was meant to be, and congrats, Mackenzie, once again.
Over here, sir, you ready?
Yeah, question for Kamaru. If you get the fight, the rematch against Khamzat, I'm sure that's something that could be of interest. What do you think goes differently this time?
Well, I think in order to get that fight, I have to get through this division. I think to warrant that fight, because Khamzat is a champion now, and there's a line of contenders there in that division. So to be respectful to them, I think the only way really I jump those guys, unless it's a last minute deal and they know who to call. But the only way I jump them is by capturing this title here. And if I do capture that title, well, when I do capture that title, I think, I approach it differently mentally. I don't want to give that away because I know what I felt from him in that fight, but he's a great competitor and now champion.
I respect that. Thank you, brother.
Kamaru, what fight are you most excited for this weekend?
I'm excited. Me and Dustin Poirier was just talking in the back. I'm excited for the whole damn card. I think this right now, it's hard to say because we see so many cards through the year, but I think this is probably the best competitive card we've seen this whole year. I mean, this is banging fights.
Go ahead, sir.
This question's for Dustin. Hey, Dustin, any chance we ever see you again? Anywhere? Any chance we ever see you again, Dustin, or?
I don't know, man. It would have to be.
Damn,
let's go, baby, let's go! We want it, let's go!
It would have to be the perfect, like a reason for me to do it.
One off at the White House.
White House!
Let's go, baby!
I don't know if I could pass the USADA test right now, man.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Dustin, this is for you. So I have two daughters as well, and I know that you have one, and it seems as if you have always been trying to be a man of integrity when you're talking. And as you know, for a little while with Conor, it seemed like everyone was getting really hyped up. Everyone was just spitting out whatever they can to make money, to get hype, and their integrity and their morals were lost. Do you think that the sport is starting to come back around where people actually care, have that integrity, look and say, hey, my daughters are going to watch me one day. This matters. It's not just about making money.
Man, that's tough to say. It's different each person, you know. But some guys got to sell fights that way. People don't want to see them fight, you know. They sell it through talking.
But
I think it's going to be a mix of both. I don't think it's going to change.
You've recognized the trend that I'm talking about, though, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
But there are certain lines. We're fighting at the end of the day, but there are certain lines you don't walk
cross.
over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Same question for Jorge. Do you see that as well?
What was the question? Yeah. You know, you got to sell fights, but I just feel like, you know, you shouldn't talk about somebody's religion, kids, you know, things like that. Everything else is you know, up for grabs because you got to make it entertainment. You got to do this, got to create some type of noise. But I think there's just, you know, some things you don't do. You never talk about nobody's kids. You don't talk about somebody's religion unless you want to, you know, get fucking murdered and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I got enough cases on me. I didn't say that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Back over here. Go ahead.
Question for Kamaru Usman. Do you think you can take the winner of Islam JDM?
Do I think I can take the winner of Islam JDM?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? Back in June, everyone was saying, do I think I could handle a Joaquin Buckley? I mean, it is what it is. I know what I've built, the lion I've built inside me over these years, and I think I can beat anybody as long as I'm still doing this. So if given the opportunity after this weekend, I think we're going to hear a new.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, just quick question for Dustin from my side. Obviously, Michael Chandler is supposed to be fighting Conor McGregor at the White House. We don't know if it's going to happen, But if it does happen, who do you predict to win in that fight?
Connor, I think Connor sparks it, man. I just think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Chandler, bro.
All right. One question for Joanna as well. Justin Polish. Kto uważa, że zostanie następnym mistrzem UFC, ale z Polaków?
O, Jakub Wikłacz, Robert Ruchała mają duże szanse. They have big chances to becoming the UFC champions. Jacob Wikłacz and Robert Ruchała, yeah.
Okay.
Polish, yep.
Thank you. And last question for Jorge as well. There was a huge rumor in Polish MMA community about you joining actually a Polish federation. Can you actually deny or maybe accept the fact that it happened, or?
I actually can't deny or confirm, but I am talking to some Polish people. They offered me a boxing match. If that money gets right, I'll be over there. But they got.
Can you tell with who?
I can't tell with who because we ain't got the money right yet. But like I said, if the money gets right, I'll get on the plane.
Okay, perfect. See you then.
See you, brother.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Dustin Poirier. Dustin, how do you think who's more deserved to fight for the title in lightweight division right now? Justin Gaethje or Paddy the Pimblett?
I think Justin. Patty's getting close, but I think he needs like another one or two big fight wins. You know, I don't think he's there yet.
Thank you so much, Dustin.
My pleasure, man.
Over here. Question for Kamaru Usman. With Beat the Streets Wrestling. I'm a huge fan of you and your wrestling. And I just wanted to ask, what do you think of Makhachev's wrestling?
I think it's really tricky. I think it's his wrestling is more of if he's got you somewhat at close quarters, he's going to trip you. He has really, really good trips to get you down. And then, of course, if you're on fours, he's really crafty there. As far as, you know, starting a neutral position and wrestling, I haven't really seen a ton of that from him. So it's hard to compare it to American wrestling and how we wrestle here. But Islam is legit. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Love you, Dustin.
Love you, bro.
Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you guys for your time. So I'm a combat amputee veteran, but I just want to ask, I've found ways to motivate myself and to try to be better every day. So I'd like to ask the whole panel, what motivates you guys to strive to just continue to be on top of your food chain or on top of your level every day in and out?
First, thank you for your service, my brother. God bless you, man. Let's get a round of applause, everybody. Come on. Them hands up. This man fought for freedom and lost a limb. God bless you, brother. Me personally, God Almighty, brother. I get everything there, my inspiration, everything from the scripture, and just praying to God, brother. That's my highs and my lows. Everything I go to God.
Amen. Anyone else?
Yeah, thank you for your service, man.
Appreciate you.
For me, it was easy. I have people dependent on me, you know. I have a family back home. That was always my motivation, to provide a better life for them.
Hell yeah, I hear you.
Thank you for your service. I'm just being grateful for every day. That's the thing.
Amen.
It keeps me going every day, every
Amen.
single day.
Thank you.
Also, thank you for your service. I agree with everyone up here. I think it's getting up every day and just being grateful and understanding that any troubles or anything that we're dealing with, any stresses, that's a privilege, because there's some people who don't even have the opportunities that we have. So just understanding that it's a privilege.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, we have a roaming microphone now to get some of you fans involved. Front and center, my man, go ahead.
Good questions.
Hey, this question's for Kamaru Usman. If Islam wins this weekend and they give him Ilya at the White House, are you going to wait for the Islam? If not, who will you wait?
Potentially, because I think I'm at a place where I train every day anyways, and so it's not like I'm sitting around just getting rusty, because I just was off for almost 18 months, and I was still able to come back and show the company and everyone that I still belong here. So I don't mind. It is what it is. If he's the champion at that point, then yeah, we'll see. I just want the belt. I don't necessarily care if it's Islam, but I would like that. I mean, I think everybody would like to see pound for pound versus pound for pound. Yeah.
And just following up, who would you want if they don't give you Islam or JDM, the winner?
I don't know. It depends. If I get restless, I might just pick one of these guys to beat up. I don't know.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm right here. I'm coming to you guys today from Shaz Media. I got a whole question for the whole entire panel. How do you guys feel that the UFC Dagestani brotherhood changed the dynamics of the UFC. I would like to ask each and every one of you guys what you guys think.
That's a loaded question for a Q&A, huh? Any of you guys want to attack that?
That's a big loaded question. I think it's just MMA is big in that region and just combat sports. And so when you get that in a region, a lot of the young men and women, they compete in it, and all of a sudden you start to see an influx of them in the UFC. So I think it's just a region, it's a culture. And yeah, right now they're doing really, really well. But not too long ago, Brazil was on top of this. So we'll see.
I think it's always every country gets like a little shot at it, right? Like there was never no champion, then all of a sudden 3 came from Africa. Mexico never had a champion, and they got a champion, and they had numerous contenders. So I think it goes in waves. Dagestan is obviously way ahead of the curve because they got some things like their wrestling backgrounds is very big over there, and they're into combat over there. They're not into football, soccer, all this other shit. So they're gonna excel in combat. So I think they're doing good,
Appreciate your answers, guys. I just wanted to mention Khabib came on this stage and he said he wanted to fight with the #1 chicken. Well, guess what, guys? We got the #1 chicken in the building. Shah's Halal Food. We just opened in MSG. Come try us out. All of you guys are invited.
It's free. I got like 300 people with me, brother. You sure? Let's go, everybody. We're going over there.
Go ahead, sir.
Before anything, I want to say, hey, I love you, Dustin. I never thought I would have this chance to say it, but you're one of the greatest. And next, una pregunta para uno de los más locos de toda la UFC, obviamente, Jorge. Si es que se presenta una oportunidad para ti y Nate pelear en la Casa Blanca, ¿cogerías y cuáles son tus expectativas en esa pelea, obviamente?
One of the craziest fighters in the history of the sport, Jorge Masvidal. If the opportunity presents itself for you to fight in the White House, who would you fight against? How would it be?
Against Nate Diaz, correct? Is that what he said?
Who would it be?
No, he said I think Nate Diaz.
I just
Dijiste
couldn't
Nate
hear.
Diaz, ¿no?
Yeah, dice Nate Diaz. Te escuchaba.
Si tú y Nate Diaz, o sea,
Man,
tendrían el chance
I already
otra
beat
vez.
the stuffing out of him twice. I'd rather like a bigger challenge, man. They had to get a doctor to pull me off of him here. I don't, I would do it again if that was the fight that the UFC wanted, but I'd rather a bigger challenge or something different.
Bueno, gracias, Jorge. Y gracias por la opinión de
hermano.
Michael. Tú sabes, Ecuador en la casa, estamos arrecho, arriba.
Arriba,
Vamos,
hagan sonido,
Ecuador,
no los
vamos,
escucho.
Michael Morales.
No los escucho, vamos, hagan bulla. No están haciendo nada de bulla. La gente latina, ¿dónde está? Hagan bulla, cojones. ¿Qué es eso, man? Tan flojo.
Dustin.
Dustin, you seem reluctant to say that you want to come back and fight again. You're enjoying retirement. If Chandler couldn't do it and then McGregor was the option, would you come back for that fight?
I don't think so, bro. It felt so nice. I did it twice. It's done.
I'll hold it. You asking? Yeah. This is for Dustin. By the way, big fan. I just wanted to know, is there a moment in your career that meant the most to your family that you guys talk about? Maybe not every day, but you guys talk about it.
Probably when I won the interim belt. When I beat Max Holloway in Atlanta, my wife came back to the Airbnb and she came up to the room. I had the belt on the bed and she picked it up. She's like, I told you so. I told you were going to do it. So that was like a moment I'll never forget, man.
Thank you. We're going to fire it back down here. Do you have one more, sir? Is that?
One more.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, Dustin, I love you. And do you know where John Pork is?
He's at the Fighter Hotel, bro. I tried to take him down last night.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Big fan of all you legends up there. I was watching you guys growing up, but questions for Jon Anik. A lot of great cards been here at Madison Square Garden. Would you say this is the most stacked card that you have been in attendance for at Madison Square Garden?
On paper, it is. It's the most stacked main card. It's, as Kamaru said, it's the best fight card I've been assigned in 2025. And with respect to championship triple headers past, this main card is disgusting. I mean, moving night in the welterweight division, Can't wait until tomorrow. I just have some work to do before we get there, but I can't wait.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Question for Dustin. Since you fought Islam and Khabib, who do you think is the better fighter?
That's a tough one, bro. I think Islam's a better complete fighter. He's better on the feet, but grappling, I think Khabib's better than Islam.
And question for Kamaru.
Yep.
If Francis was to come back to the UFC, how do you think he would do against Aspinall?
Well, Francis is just one of those humans that I feel like if he touches anything around this circumference right here, that most people go to sleep. So, I mean, I think that's a fight that I think the world would want to see.
All right,
Thank you. Like the question. Go ahead, sir.
Question for Joanna and Dustin. As you guys have kind of recently, I guess, considered retirement, what's the advice you can give to somebody that's another fighter that is at that stage in their career and when to say it's time to hang them up? And no disrespect to Tony Ferguson, but go on the Tony Ferguson train, right?
I would say think twice.
It's tough, man. I don't know. Everybody's does it at a different point. You know, some people genetically can fight longer. It's a lot of different reasons people put the gloves down. But any advice I would give to young fighters is plant seeds along the way, along this journey, man, because fighting is going to stop one day.
Absolutely appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, back up to the fans, the lifeblood of the sport. 2 minutes to go.
Oh, sorry. Hi, this is a question for Dustin. Also, hi, welcome back to New York City.
What's
I'm
up?
super excited to see you. What's something or someone that pushes you to be the fighter that you are today?
My baby girl, my daughter back home, you know, for sure. No doubt about it, my daughter.
What's up, everyone? Dustin, I'm a huge fan. This is for you. My question is, out of your entire MMA career, what's the biggest lesson that you could take away?
Shoo, man. Maybe what I said when I lost to Khabib in Abu Dhabi, man. When times are good, be grateful, and when times are rough, be graceful, bro. That's it, man. Enjoy the journey.
Thank you, man. You're the GOAT.
Yo.
We got time for one more fan question if you got it, and then we'll get you down here to close it out. Final question up top. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm wearing a Kazakhstani national costume here, and I'm pretty well known for that. I actually gifted one to Kamaru as well in Abu Dhabi. Jon Anik, this question is for you. Do you expect Kazakhstan to have its first champion in the UFC in 2026?
If it's not 2026, it'll probably be 2027. The Kazakhs have made their presence felt. You know that, and they're coming. All right, thanks for the question.
Thank
we'll
you,
close
sir.
it out.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, last question belongs to you, sir.
My question to you, Jorge. You are the original BMF champion. It definitely had a huge influence on UFC culture. Who do you think right now has a spirit to be up next for the next BMF champion?
There's a lot of motherfuckers out there getting it done. I mean, why don't we put Max in there, you know? As we were saying, Max and Charles Oliveira, those are two guys that, you know, on any moment they're fighting their world's best, and you got to kill those guys. Every time you step in there, you got to kill those guys. I know it's a rematch, and the first fight wasn't too competitive, but I think this next one will be amazing, you know?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, ceremonial weigh-in is coming up in a few minutes. One final time, how about a hand for the panel of legends, Jorge Masvidal, Dustin Poirier, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and Kamaru Usman.